Hey, greetings. Welcome again. We're continuing with our subject about things that hinders us in the place of prayer. We we have already talked about sin, unforgiveness, anger, and bitterness, and we talked about wrong motives. Now we are continuing. We want to talk about praying, having an idol in our heart. When you read the book of Hezekiel, chapter 14, from verse 3, the children of Israelites, they went to the prophet, the Son of Man, looking for help. And verse 3, God says, these people, they have an idol in their heart, but they're looking for my help. Ezekiel 14, verse 3. When you have an idol in your heart, God will never intervene in any situation. Remember Exodus 20, verse 3 and 4. God says, when you start from verse 1, it talks about, I'm the Lord who took you out of the land of Egypt, you know. But verse 3 and 4, let me just quote it for you. You must not have any other gods except me. You must not make for yourself an idol that look anything in the sky or above the earth or below in the water, below the land, on the earth. So in another way, there are things that God wants you only to himself. There are things that God does not want you to have in your life. An idol. I believe many of us as Christians, we don't worship idols. Idols can be any image, any form of things. We are only worshiping the true God. But you find there's an idol in your heart that make God not to able to help you. So when God said to Hezekiel, these people, they need my help, but they have an idol in their heart. What is that thing that is in their heart? What is an idol? Idol is anything that you consider it important more than God. Sometimes an idol, it can be your children, your wife. Remember what Jesus says in the book of Matthew, Matthew 10. Whoever loves his brother, his mother, his sister more than me is not worthy to be my disciples. So in another way, God wants us to himself. He does not want anything to occupy our hearts. He does not want anything to be exalted above him. That's why he says you must not have any other foreign gods. Or you must not make yourself an idol. So you can exalt anything in your life more than God. And that can hinder God from helping you. Those things that can make God not to intervene over your life are the things that cause God not to make or God to open doors over your life. So God says, I can't help them because they have an idol. Maybe you are addicted to phone. That phone is an idol to you. Maybe you watch TV a lot more than God. Spending time in his presence. The TV tends to become an idol. So there are things that you exalt them more than God. It can end up becoming an idol over your life. So what do you need to do? Remember, what did the Israelites do when Moses was in the mountain? They went to Aaron and said, Moses is taking time to come back, or maybe he's dead. And Aaron began to say to them, take out earrings, sacrifice, bring them. And they begin to make a golden calf. So anything that you sacrifice more than you sacrifice for God, that thing, it becomes an idol. It can be you having things, you do those things personally for yourself or for your family. You idolize those things more than God. that thing's become an idol to you. It can be clothes, it can be a car, anything that you value more than God. It can be a family gathering that you value more than God. It can tend to be an idol. It can be a society. Anything that you value more than God, it can tend to become an idol. God says, I can't help you because of the idol in your heart. What is the last thing that you hold before you get into bed? What is the last thing that you do? What is the first thing when you woke up in the morning? All those things, they can tend to become an idol. God loves you all. God doesn't want you to be owned by anything. He wants you to himself. May the King of Glory bless you. May the King of Glory change your life and transform you and give you life as you begin to break any form of an idol worship in your life, any form of an idol in your heart that can be hindering you from receiving from God. God is with you all. Begin to search yourself and look into your life. May God expose every idol over your life. May God expose every idol which you have raised up for yourself. May the King of Glory bless you. Thank you. Shalom.